So today, President Trump issued an executive order that purports to send the Attorney General to prosecute anyone who is desecrating the American flag in conjunction with inciting violence and or using fighting words. And it's important that this executive order contain that qualification because of something called the First Amendment. In a case called Texas versus Johnson, the Supreme Court held that burning the flag is protected speech under the First Amendment, and so you cannot prosecute someone for burning the flag, and the executive order actually cites this case. But there is some speech that is unprotected by the First Amendment, and that includes things like fighting words or words that incite violence. These are categories of speech that are unprotected under the First Amendment, and so the executive order is careful to note that it's desecration of the American flag in conjunction with those unprotected categories of speech. So the question will really be whether something that is protected when combined with something that's unprotected is nevertheless protected by the First Amendment. I'm a little unclear on how often Americans or people in America are desecrating the American flag. It's not something that I see happening on the news or on social media, so if you have a better sense of this and want to comment, that would be helpful. But I do think it's a very interesting issue because the executive order is acutely aware of pushing the boundaries of the Texas versus Johnson case and pushing the limits of the First Amendment. If nothing else, this administration is pushing the boundaries of so many constitutional provisions and amendments, and it will be interesting to see if there actually is a case that comes up and then ultimately arrives at the Supreme Court, because I'm going to note that Texas versus Johnson was actually a 5-4 decision, so that means that all you need is it to go the other way this time around, and you could have a 6-3 decision with the conservatives on the court and the liberals in dissent, and maybe it comes out a different way. So stay tuned.